Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for jumping on our CRM show and tell. Appreciate you guys joining. We still have people jumping in, so we're gonna delay just a few seconds. I'm gonna kind of go over some housekeeping stuff before we let Don jump into it. Just first and foremost, I am recording this video and it will be uploaded to our website later on. So if you want to rewatch it, you can, and if you want to share it, you can send people to our website to review it. And that's going to be listed under upcoming events. You'll see down at the bottom of that page that there's past events, if there's anything you want to see. So to kind of kick this off, some housekeeping things. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. I'll be monitoring that for Don, and as you have questions throughout the webinar today, please throw it in there, and we will make sure we get that answered for you. Couple of things I do want to talk about and mention as before we get going is our referral program. If you visit our website, you can see that we do pay $500 Visa gift card or for services for any referrals that you guys have regarding any leads and opportunities of someone that's interested in Acumatica. We always appreciate that. Another thing I want to announce is the Mayor Support Portal. Under Customer Support, you can see there's a Customer Support Portal. I know many of you may know about it already, but for those that don't, please visit our website, go there, and you'll be able to log in and take a look at your support, log new support. And if you do not have a login user or password yet, reach out to Dean Della Bernarda. He is eager to help you get set up with that. Another thing is we do have some additional upcoming events that are coming that are similar to this. The next event's going to be November 16th. That's going to be around product configurator. So again, visit our website, look for upcoming events, and register today if you can. This one's going to be cool. It's going to be expediting bill of materials with rules-based for product configurators. Jeff Mayer is going to be running that. Then in December, we're going to do an eBiz credit card. We're inviting one of the ISVs to our show and tell, so to speak, and let them kind of run it. And that's about having your credit card payments processed through Acumatica, and they're going to do their spiel. So again, appreciate you guys attending and jumping on with us. What I'd like to do now is introduce Don. He is our business consultant, and he's going to be reviewing CRM regarding lead capture, business accounts, opportunities, sales quotes. And Don kind of changed it on me and threw in an extra bonus of doing some expense reporting through the mobile app. So again, thank you so much for joining. And Don, thank you so much for your time to put together this presentation for us. Again, here we go. Thanks, Don.
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. As Frank said, my name is Don Simone. I'm one of the consultants here with the Mayor Group. And I always like to start with the end for these presentations. So the end of CRM is more about the information that you get out of it. So what I've got here is a dashboard for a sales manager showing information across the entire team for what's been going on in the sales world. We have these tiles up here that have quick views of important information. And then we have graphs and charts. So the idea here is that at a quick glance, you can see how your team's doing, what your numbers are, and what's important to you. All of this information is completely customizable, and any of the information that we have in Acumatica, we can turn into a tile such as these, or graphs and charts, and small tables of very targeted information as well. Dashboard's super powerful. I do want to quickly also show a salesperson specific dashboard. So as a salesperson, you're more interested in the things that relate to you. You're looking at your new leads, you're looking at your opportunities, and you're looking at your pipeline. So this is very targeted for the person that's looking at the dashboard, information that's important to them, most important things to them. Down here are some open tasks that I have that I need to work on as well. So just a quick view, everything that's in a dashboard, you can drill in and see more information about it. So these are the 3 leads that I'm currently assigned to, and I can go into any one of these and get even more detail and information about it. So that's dashboards in a nutshell. I always like to start with those just because I like to start with the end and the information you get out of the system as opposed to the things that you put into the system. So the next thing that I wanted to do was go through a sort of a day in the life of a salesperson. So the scenario that I'd like to kind of tee up for you is I just went and had lunch with someone, and I'm going to take their business card. I'm going to put that into Acumatica. And then I'm going to do an expense report for the gas that I put in my car. And then we're going to see the different things that I'm going to do with that lead. So this is my phone. So there is an Acumatica app, and I have it installed on my phone. And what I wanted to do first is show you capturing a new lead based on a business card. So I'm going to come to the CRM section and do a capture business card. Now I sort of cheated, and I've got some sample business cards up here on my screen because I don't actually have any business cards. So back to my phone, I've got this business card scanned in. Let me turn it around so it looks a little better. So this is Acumatica's document recognition system. This is going to take a look at the fields that are on the business card, and it is, it is going to map those into the important things in Acumatica. So you could see it pulled out the first name and last name, the job title for this person, their email address, and their website, but it didn't find that phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I'm going to tell it here, that's the phone number, and I'm going to hit save. Now this is the mobile app, and it has now created a lead for me based on that business card that I scanned in. We will take a look at that lead a little bit later in the big app, but I did want to quickly show, we talked a little bit about dashboards in the beginning. So I wanted to show dashboards can also be shown on the mobile device. So if I look at my salesperson dashboard, oops, if I pull up my salesperson dashboard, you can see now my leads has changed from 3 to 4. So that brand new lead that I just entered that's assigned to me is now showing up on my dashboard. If I click on that dashboard tile, it will show me all of the leads, including the new one that I just created. So very quickly, I wanted to show the time and expense, the expense reporting. So I have a gas receipt here, and you'll see it's very similar. I can take a picture of a receipt. Document recognition is going to do its magic. Pull out the important things that I need, dates, merchants, and amounts. and just that easy, it can save. Oh, I've got to put in some additional information, what kind of expense this is, etc. But then I can save this expense report and go about my day. So that's a little bit about the mobile app. It does have some powerful features. It's useful for people that are on the road. Time and expense is a neat way to get your receipts into the system. Those pictures that I took show up as attachments within the system. So you're pretty much done at this point with trying to work on your expense reports. So it makes life a little bit easier for your remote sales staff. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go back to the big screen and take a look at what I've done. So I mentioned a little bit while I was looking at the mobile app that new lead is now in my dashboard tile. You could see that it flips to 4 new leads that I have. And now I want to do some work on this new lead that I've created. So I'm going to go ahead and click into this lead. You can see up here in the files section, I forever will be able to find this business card that I scanned in, which can be useful. And this particular lead is interested in some Legos. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about duplicates because one of the things that Acumatica does a great job of is helping you make sure that you aren't creating duplicate entries for things. So there are some possible duplicates in our demo system for what I've entered here. And this duplicates tab appears when you start to create a duplicate. And what this is telling me basically is that there's already a business account that's associated with this account name. So instead of creating a brand new business account and then having to have someone go through and find the duplicate business account and merge them together, right up front, as soon as I've generated a lead, it's telling me that this customer, this business account already exists, and to make sure that I don't create another one. So that helps on the back end, making sure that we don't have a bunch of cleanup that needs to be done. I'm going to go ahead and associate this duplicate with the lead that I've just created. And you can see up here at the top section, this wasn't populated before, but now my lead is associated with this existing customer. So that's very helpful, useful to make sure that we don't create duplicate information and making sure that everything is tied together the way that it needs to be. So as I work this lead, I can open it. And before I get too much further, I would like to quickly show you kind of the Acumatica's view of CRM. This is a good time to do that. So what I've done is, using the mobile app, I've created a lead. That lead is now associated with the business account, the existing customer that was there before. Other things that hang off of a business account include contacts and opportunities. So as the lead moves from a typical marketing organization into a sales organization, that's the point where a lead typically becomes an opportunity. Of course, that process can be tailored to meet your needs, but that's the way Acumatica is sort of set up to work. You can, of course, create an opportunity without needing a lead to start with. But this is sort of Acumatica's view of a normal process. So as I work this lead, we have these reason codes. We have different statuses that a lead can be in. And we also have activities that can be associated with this lead. So since I took this lead to lunch, I'm going to go ahead and create an activity to log the fact that I took them to lunch. These list of activities are fully customizable as well. But I just picked the work item and we're just going to say that I had lunch. if I can spell lunch, which I should be able to do since I just ate. These work items, you can also set them up, and you don't have to do this, but they can be configured so that you can have someone log the amount of time that they spent on a particular activity. So being a good salesman, let's say I spent an hour and 45 minutes at lunch with this prospect, and I'm going to go ahead and complete this activity. And now it shows up on the list of activities that have been completed with this lead. So management and other salespeople and this salesperson have visibility into what's going on with this lead. And you can also, from a management perspective, you can look at leads that have no activity, leads that don't have activity within the last certain number of days. All of that information is available to you. So now that I've established this as a lead and we've sort of identified that there is an actual opportunity, that they want to buy some Legos, I'm going to go ahead and convert this lead into an opportunity. So at this point, we're sort of crossing over from the marketing realm into the typical sales realm. This wizard is going to help me create any of the objects that need to be created in order to make an opportunity. So from the chart that I showed earlier, there's already a business account. Acumatica also wants to create a contact while we're creating an opportunity. So down here, it has the information that I already put in for this lead and wants to create a new contact to associate with this business account and this opportunity. So I'm going to say, yes, this all looks perfect because I've already entered all the important information. Oh, this estimation, this is your most likely close date. So I'm going to be a good salesperson and say, by the end of the quarter, we're going to get this done, and hit create and review, which will take me straight from the lead into the opportunity that I just created. So now I have an actual opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and open it at this point. And we have different reason codes and different statuses that you can set an opportunity to. I'm going to talk a little bit about these stages. They're sort of interesting. So each stage within your sales cycle, and again, this is fully configurable and customizable, but each stage within your sales cycle can have a probability associated with it, or a probability of close. And then we can do interesting things from a pipeline perspective of showing potential deal values from that weighted category. So I'll show a little bit more of that once we add some money, some information, some more information into this opportunity. It'll be more clear. But again, fully customizable to your sales process. From here, I could create more activities. I could create tasks. I haven't talked about tasks yet. So tasks are future activities or things I want to accomplish for this particular opportunity. Let's say I want to follow up next week. I can give it a due date, a start date, an end date. So let's say by the end of, sorry, I set the system date back a little bit. So doesn't want me to do that. So regardless, I can set due dates for these. I can have reminders pop up within the system on a particular day and time to remind me that I have a task that I need to complete. I can assign this task to another employee. So if I needed a sales manager or someone else to follow up for me, I could specify that person as well. And this is related back to the opportunity. So if I'm looking at this task, I'll be able to quickly and easily go back to the opportunity itself and see exactly what I'm working on, who I need to get in touch with, and get their phone number, etc. So I'm just going to create this future dated task to make sure that I follow up with this opportunity. The next thing I'd like to do is create a quote. So a quote is, I mean, off of an opportunity. And if I have any information in here about the products that they are interested in buying, that would come over to the quote. But I'm going to go ahead and do that from the quote itself. Just makes more sense to me personally. So I'm going to start with a blank quote. So a quote has inventory items that are associated with it, things that this customer is interested in buying. So my customer wants to buy some Legos. They want to get 100 of these, and these are $250 a piece. And some of the smaller sets of Legos as well, maybe 200 of those, for a total deal amount of $47,000. You can see that this particular quote is in a draft status, which means that it has so this is optional. You can have approvals that are required for different amounts of quotes, or based on any other criteria that are in here, we can set up an approval so that this quote needs to go to a sales manager before it gets sent out to the customer. For demo purposes, I'm just going to approve it myself. Obviously, not something you'd want to do when you actually set the system up. But now this is approved, and I can come here to our action menu and print quote. So this is just a sample of what a printout might look like. It's not super interesting for demo purposes, but these are very customizable. We could put, all sorts of information on here that you would want, make it look a little bit nicer for you. But as you can see here, I have my two items with quantities and a total amount of $47,000. From here, I can make this a PDF file and send it to the customer the old-fashioned way through Outlook, or I can come here to the send menu and send this from within Acumatica itself. The nice thing about doing it this way is we've got some predefined templates that can be used to populate the information about this particular thing that I'm sending out. So here we have two different quote templates, and I'll just quickly show you what those would look like. This one, so when we got kicked off, Frank mentioned our customer service portal. This quote template points the customers to the portal for this uh, for this company. Sorry, so they can go out and look at this quote by following this link. It's also attached as a file up here in the header. And if I send this from within Acumatica, it will get logged as an activity. So there'll be a copy of this PDF file in the quote itself that can be referenced by anyone else as well. So here's my, here are the items that are associated with it. If I go to the activities, you can see the email that I just sent out, and here is the attached PDF file. If I ever needed to reference it again, there it is. So we encourage people to use that email functionality from within Acumatica, just because it creates this permanent log of what got sent. So let's create another activity. Maybe I had a phone call with this prospect, and I got the dreaded sharpen your pencil response, and they want a discount. So how do I respond to that? Well, talk to my manager, and we're going to offer them another quote. So I'm going to make a copy of this one. fairly easy to do. Create a new copy that's exactly the same as this one. And what am I going to do? I'm going to, let's say we're going to offer them a discount if they double their order. So we'll go 200 and 400, and I'm going to offer them a 5% discount on each of these items. So quick and easy. I've updated a new quote. I'm going to send this over to them. I need to get it approved first, so we'll take care of that. And now I have another quote that I've sent to this customer. We're going to make this the primary quote now. And let's say that they've decided they're going to take this quote. And now we're going to move forward. So I'm going to mark this quote as being accepted. That's just going to change the status of the quote. And I'm going to go back to my opportunity. One of the things I haven't talked about is global search. So very quickly, I think most of you are familiar, but if you know a number, an invoice number, or in this case, an opportunity number, and you want to quickly jump over to it, you can always use global search, type in the number, hit enter, and it gives you a list of everything with that number. Super useful if you're just trying to kind of bop around the system and move from area to area quickly. So here's my opportunity that I've been working on, and I want to, before I do this, I did want to show the sales probabilities. So this is in the prospect stage right now. If I move it into development, or in this case, I've already, let's say I'm in negotiation, right? So they haven't quite accepted yet. And you can see down here the sales probability we've assigned to this particular sales stage at 80%. And so I have a weighted deal total. If you do the math, 80% of 89.3 is 71,440. So this is a running sort of, what does my pipeline look like right now if you add up all of these weighted totals across all of the opportunities in your organization? So very useful information. So at this point, I have finished negotiating. I am going to mark this opportunity as closed won. The big green action button up here is Acumatica's next suggested action. That holds true across the system. So Acumatica wants you to win this deal as much as you do. I'm going to move it into the one stage, and they are placing an order for these Legos at this price. So I will go ahead and push this to the next stage, which is actually creating an order. And Acumatica makes this very simple and easy, although there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. It makes it easy for you as a salesperson to create this sales order. A quick double check of some information here. And as I create and review, it's going to do a lot of things in the background. As I said, it's extending the business account into an actual customer. It's creating this sales order as well. So here's my order. You can see that the prices and the discounts all came over from the quote. And there's really just not a lot as a salesperson that I need to do with this except save it. And now I have an actual sales order within Acumatica, which can be processed either by the salesperson or taken over for the next person in your organization that would process it. That, in a nutshell, is CRM. I flew through that really fast. Frank, do we have any questions from the audience at this point?
I do not see any in the chat, but we'll give everybody a few seconds to kind of ponder any questions, any thoughts. I do want to bring up one thing that you went over, and that's regarding the customer portals that you mentioned. basically the question was, customer portals, I believe, is a separate module that you have to add to your license. So in order for you guys to take advantage of that, you'd have to have customer portals. Just seeing that makes me think maybe we should put a webinar together and kind of review what does customer portals offer and jump into that and do a demo of that. But there is a question that just came in. Let's see. Can you mark as one, but not put in order through? Concerned about the analytics of showing one when in reality it was not.
The answer is yes. You can mark an opportunity as one without pushing an order through. You can also, so obviously you can create reports on opportunities that are marked as one that don't have an associated sales order. That is very doable. I didn't show down here in the relations, so just since we're talking about it, all of these things are linked together, all the way back from the lead, all the way through this order. All of those linkages exist. So what you see here is the fact that this order came from this opportunity. So we can do all sorts of reporting. If things are being marked as one and there's not an order associated with it, we could certainly raise that to someone's attention.
Cool. Any additional questions, please just chat them out there. I see one coming in.
Okay. While we're waiting for that, I wanted to quickly talk about marketing campaigns. So a campaign is a list of so a campaign at a higher level allows you to create lists and organize them in a way that allows you to get information back out of them again. So for this campaign, this isn't the one I meant to pull up, sorry. So we have an upgrade campaign. This upgrade campaign is made up of individuals that bought a particular laptop from us from a particular time ago, I think in the last 4 or 5 months. And what we're doing is reaching out to these people and asking if they want to get a new laptop. So you can see here, if any leads had been generated from this campaign, they would be listed here. We have an opportunity that has been created as a result of this campaign. So this allows you to sort of organize your campaigns. You can send emails to the members of marketing lists for this campaign, and you get information back about the campaign. So you can set a budget and expected return, and then you can see here any orders, dollar values that actually came through as a result of this campaign. So this allows you to see whether or not your campaigns are being effective. So I did just want to point that out. We also have the ability to upload large lists. So if you go to a trade show, we can obviously upload all of those leads from an Excel file very quickly and easily and export them or have them imported and mark them as leads. And then you can, if you have rules on how those leads should be assigned, we can apply those rules to the leads as they get created, assign them out, and then have them start working. So.
All right, Don, that's you got a bunch of questions coming in now.
Uh-oh.
So they're coming in hot and
All
they're
right.
great questions. So
Good.
I'm going to take the first one here. I'm going to read it out. Do the activities logged at the lead and or opportunity level link back to the activities field on the customer page?
The activities field on the customer page. So if we go back to our business account, here are all of the activities that are associated with any thing, any object, any other thing that's linked to this business account. And yes, they're all shown here. So here's the one from the lead. This is the lunch that I had. And this is the one from the quote where they asked me to, work on it and make it a more attractive offer for them.
Perfect. All right, here's another great question. Can the business card reader read QR codes, V cards?
Great question. I don't know. But we can look into that.
They stumped you, Don.
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
That's a good
All
one.
right, next question. How can we upload existing database of existing customers / leads easily?
So we have a couple different ways you can do that. For customers, we typically do that as part of the large implementation. So we can take your customers out of whatever system they're in now and import those into Acumatica. We do that for everyone. There are very few customers that come to us with none of their own actual customers. As far as leads go on a recurring basis, I don't have a good spreadsheet for you, but we, for any kind of object in Acumatica, we can. It's very easy for us to write a script that will upload these for you. So that adding things into here is not a problem. I'm actually in the middle of doing that for another one of our clients that went live recently. They just got back from a big conference. They've got a spreadsheet full of everyone's email addresses and names and phone numbers. And we're in the middle of creating those as leads right now. We usually associate those with a campaign as well. So I made a campaign with the name of the conference in it for them. And we're going to associate all of those leads with that conference, and then they'll be able to see at the end of it how much business they got out of it. So yes, absolutely. Imports is something we do all the time.
Perfect. And that one, Don, if there's deeper questions regarding the use of the system, please feel free to reach out to Dean or Don directly and set up. I know part of the implementation, there's probably some training classes that need to happen and stuff. So if everybody that's on this is at different levels and stages of their implementation, whether or not they're live, whether or not they're going live soon. So yeah, definitely reach out if you have those kinds of questions and need to learn how to do it for sure. Another question. Can you show us how to assign new leads? So I'm assuming leads come in and they probably land in a bucket of one place and somebody has to go in and say, you know what, I'm going to assign this lead to this person, this lead to this person.
So it can be done a couple different ways. If you have rules that make it easy to assign for like sales territories, you can create rules that would allow Acumatica to assign those leads. So if we had those rules set up, you could very easily come here and say process all. It would run through the assignment rules and assign out each of the unassigned leads that were in this list. If you don't have easy to use rules like that, you can come in here and let's see, let me update this real quick. I'll just show you so I'm going to filter this big screen of all the leads in the system, and I'm going to filter it just to the leads where there is no owner. So that's basically my list of leads that I need to assign out. So from here, I can go through and select one and decide who the owner is going to be. If I don't have any rules that would allow me to do that any other way, I could come through and click through like this. And now it's gone from my list because I've assigned it out. So there's manual ways, there are automated ways, depending on whether or not you have easy to implement rules that would allow the system to assign those leads.
Yep. Perfect. That's it for questions for now. I'm assuming if you guys had additional questions, it would have come. Oh, here comes another one, Don.
All right.
This is good stuff. I love this. While we're waiting for the question to file in, I do want to remind everyone on here that Acumatica Summit registration is open. This year, it's going to be at the Wynn in Las Vegas, same place it was for the last 2 years, I believe. Very nice hotel. And that is January 28th through the 31st. Supposedly, they extended the summit. It used to be a 2-day event with training added on and then all that, but they've actually created the summit for 3 days now. So it's a great event to attend. If you are new to Acumatica, I suggest consider looking at going and attending. You learn a lot about it, a lot about the culture of Acumatica. So it's definitely a good event. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll let you know. I can answer any questions regarding the summit and how that works. Question, here we go. Are there template forms to use for mailings? i.e., we want to send a letter to the lead, i.e., how to process mass mailing.
So that was a couple different pieces to that. So
Yes.
the mass mailing, typically we encourage people to do with another system, whether that's SendGrid or MailChimp. We can export these marketing lists to Excel and they can be imported there. Acumatica has a built-in integration with SendGrid that makes that quick and easy to do. So the short answer is yes, it can be done within the system, or you can use a specific mass email sending service that you might already have to do that as well. Those other services handle things like unsubscribes and make sure you're not tripping over your spam emails and all of those fun things. So we typically see people using those instead of trying to send them straight out of Acumatica itself. Now, if you're trying to send, a handful of emails, then you can do that within Acumatica without a problem.
Good. Yeah, I think you got it. Well, we are going to end a little bit earlier than we expected, which is fine. We can give you guys a couple. Oh, postal mailing.
Oh, that kind. Old school. Yeah, we could export. So to my knowledge, it's an interesting question. To my knowledge, I've never seen anything like that done. We can certainly export a list of names and addresses and use some of the Microsoft tools to create a nice formatted letter and print those out and then stuff them into an envelope and send them out that way. I'm sure we could do something with address labels and map the right information to a label and stick that on the envelope as well. Good question. I forgot about mail.
I know it's full. It'll come back full circle.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome. Well, listen, everyone, I do appreciate your time today with us. Again, I apologize for all the marketing emails alerting you guys of these events that are happening, but I think based on attendance, I think these are great events and we're going to continue to have them. So, as you see an email from me, just take a look at it, join, register. It's a great time. It's a great event. And it's shared knowledge that we want to get out for you guys. So again, yeah, the next event, as I mentioned, is going to be Jeff Mayer, and he's going to be doing the product configurator on November 16th. If you haven't registered yet, please jump on our website, go to upcoming events, and go to the event and register. Also, follow us on social media if you can. We post a lot of information out there that Acumatica puts in our hands. So it's another channel to kind of like learn and make sure you understand what's going on in the ecosystem. Other than that, Don, thank you so much for your time. That was a great show.
My pleasure.
And again, that's it. So everyone, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks.